Benny, I know we usually start this segment off with some classic country music reference. I'm just going to go to you. I was sitting in the hot tub the other night and I was letting it play. Favorite Keith Whitley song?
Oh boy, who's Keith Whitley?
Oh my! I thought you liked your classic country. Miami would have been good. Oh, so many classics from Keith Whitley. Passed on way too soon. Where are you? Melville? No, the game's canceled.
Game's canceled, so just at home. Yeah, actually, just one game's going to be played today. Kindersley's in Wilcox against Notre Dame Hounds. So they're going to play back-to-back games tomorrow. So Kindersley's going to make their way to Regina, then play tonight, hopefully in Wilcox, and then play tomorrow at 5, I think, at the Duncan McNeil Arena. So back-to-back games. I'm
noticing a lot of back-to-back games in the SJ. Is that something new they're trying this year? They done it the last few years?
Yeah, a little bit about scheduling now. I know 8 games against your divisional rivals. So Kindersley and Notre Dame are actually divisional rivals with Humboldt and Battleford too. So a little bit of a stretch between those teams. So you can play a lot of back-to-backs to get those 4 games at home and 4 games on the road. So that's probably what we're seeing back-to-back, and just traveling, save some money on expenses and the busing and the hotels and everything like that too. That's
what I totally would have thought. It's Benny Walchuk joining us for the SJHL Report, brought to you by Southie Mainline Chrysler. The new king of trucks and worth the drive every time. What are we thinking for SJHL Player of the Week this week, Benny?
Yeah, it's lots of Laurent Ice Wolves, which is surprising. Killer Kaminsky had a little bit of a rough start for the Ice Wolves up north there in Larange. And then they've had a great weekend against the Estevan Bruins, beating them 4-1 and 10-1 there at the Mel Hagelin Uniplex. So they're taking advantage. We talked about these schedules, and they got 8 of their 9 games here in the month of November at the Mel Hagelin Uniplex. And if you've ever been at the Mel, it's a tough building. It's small. You can reach your stick and hit up the roof. And
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
like that whole flip it out of your zone play does not. Yeah. It's like trying to flip it out of your zone in your basement.
Exactly. So very small. So they're taking advantage, and they're getting their top end guys. Mason Buchert had a good week. Cole Thomas had a good week. Jacob Cassette had a good week. Rylan Silzer from Swift Current, their captain, he had a good week as well. So you look at them right now, they're in the top half of the SJHL standings after just a weekend. So it happens like that. Battleford had a great weekend, beating Weyburn twice to snap their 14-game point streak, and then Flin Flon's kind of found their game the last week or so as well. So some of those top end teams, like the Malvilles, like the Kindersleys, that were top half of the league to start with, that kind of dropped off a little bit, and some of these teams are making up some ground.
Okay, sportscage.com is where you can go find the latest SJHL power rankings, and you can also watch this stream. Melfort moves up. Blevins got them buzzing there, eh?
Yeah, they found a little bit of a tough spot last week, losing to Flin Flon, but it's always tough to play there at the Whitney Forum. But yeah, they're just playing a consistent game, not the high flying like the Yorktons or the Weyburns. They're more defensive. They get great goaltending from Christian Coombs and Madden Malaka, who's from the Regina Pats, kind of got sent back to Melfort, and then got a very, very good defense. So you always win in the SJHL with the net out, and they have one of the best tandems and also the best decors in the league as well.
You talked about some guys coming up for Larange, but Larange also one of those teams that's surging along with a couple other ones.
Yeah, exactly. We got the Flin Flon Bombers surging. Carter Anderson starting to find his groove as well. What was probably predicted to be the SJHL leading scorer, Matthew Keeper. I know a guy familiar in the Pats land, a former Pat. So then, of course, the battle for North Stars. Marty Smith's got his boys rolling pretty good there. So it took some time for him to install some systems. And they got a former WHLer as well, and Justin Merrick just playing some good. So anytime you can go to Weyburn, which is always a tough place, it's always quieter. It's always dark in that building there, Crescent Point Place. So it's always tough to play there. But they came in and stole 4 points over the weekend.
I love that rink in Weyburn. Really, that's home of Dave Thomas. They got a monument outside somewhere. It's on one of the sides. So, okay. What's the worth the drive Southie Mainline Chrysler game of the week this week?
I'm going to stick close to home with the Highway 10 battle renewed this weekend. So I know last was a great battle, and of course Yorkton with their forfeiture lost those 2 games, so Malville took 4 points. They have a 2-0 lead right now in the Parks Cup, so it's always great to see these teams renewed. This will be the last time we meet until after Christmas time, when the New Year's home and home. So Yorkton on Friday, and then the Malville Millionaires hosting on Saturday at the CN Community Center. And also just a note, Yorkton, they're having a harvest for hockey. It's kind of their farm project for the Terriers. They're going to have a cabaret as well after the game, so come in there, you can dance to some two-step after the cabaret at the Agri Pavilion building there in Yorkton. So it should be a great time there after the Terrier game in Mills on Friday.
I would be absolutely shocked if they don't play some Keith Whitley. at that cabaret. Like I shot like boom here. I'm no stranger to the rain. Forget about it. It's over. Okay. Quickly, 30 seconds here. What's up with your Vancouver Canucks and JT Miller?
Yeah, it's tough news to hear, but I think he just needs to step aside. It's not. That sounds like it's not with alcohol related or drugs related. It's kind of just gonna step back and needs some time away, which you got to respect that. So it's a tough loss for the Canucks, but I think we need that JT Miller to be at his top end here down the stretch here and after Christmas time or before Christmas time. Yeah, just can't win at home right now. So they got to play all their road games on the road right now because they can't seem to play at home, and it's a big test here tonight with Rangers.
All right, as the late, great Keith Whitley said, don't close your eyes when you're driving home tonight, Benny. Always a pleasure. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.